Hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Angela, and we are married
And bored.
Hey, hey, hey!
Welcome back.
It's time for another Married and Bored episode.
Married in Mask, remember?
Oh, sorry. I had conveniently forgotten that.
If you want to know what we're talking about, last episode in our section on, what's bringing you joy outside of board games.
Yes.
The cartoon Mask is on Amazon Prime. I didn't want to talk about it again, but I did. So anyway.
Were you just forced to talk about it again?
Yeah, someone twisted my arm.
Well, we are back for another Marvel Champions episode.
Yeah, let's talk about the other M word, Marvel Champions. We love this game.
We sure do.
Which is why we keep on doing episodes about it. And man, since we talked to you guys last about this game, a lot has happened.
A lot. What new Marvel Champions news do we have to share?
So much news, Ange. There's new packs that we got in the mail this week. So this week we got Star-Lord and Gamora.
Woo!
Not on the same day, which was really funny, but they shipped on the same day.
We're still trying to figure that one out.
Yeah, thanks UPS or USPS. Jeez.
But anyway, we got them both.
Yeah, it's getting more Guardians of the Galaxy is fun. Especially to add to the Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign.
Yes.
Rocket and Groot, now, they are a great combo.
They are.
Obviously. But they're kind of like they're kind of a funny pairing to start the whole thing off.
Right. They seem, what is the auxiliary?
Yeah, I mean, everyone on the Guardians is a main character. It's an ensemble cast.
Oh, look at that. We're doing the deep dive.
No, I don't know. It's just funny. Like, I figured that it would be like Star-Lord and I thought it would be Star-Lord and Gamora, or even like Star-Lord and Rocket. Like, not having Star-Lord in the main pack was kind of funny.
That is funny, since he is supposed to be the captain, the leader.
Right. But at the same time, if you think back to the other campaign, it came with Hawkeye and Spider-Woman. So it wasn't like...
True. It's true.
You're fighting Hydra. It wasn't like, we're putting Captain America in this thing. It's like, he was already out.
Yes.
So, I get why they do it. Marketing gets you to buy it. And we bought it.
Guess what? We bought it. And you should too.
So, yeah, I'm sure everyone is aware that they're out. They're probably playing it. There are deck lists on Marvel Champions Deck Builder, Marvel CDB.
Whoops.
Classic slip up. So definitely, yeah, go check them out. Add it to your rotation for your Galaxy's Most Wanted campaign. And, well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard.
It's real hard. We have experienced some success with it, so that is, good job for us.
Yeah, why don't you tell them, we finally, now that we have these two new characters, and there's some fun new cards that come with all those, we played a couple nights ago. And how'd it go?
So we've played Rocket and Groot and Star-Lord and Gamora now with our children. And our children are great to play with. They're actually, for their age, remarkably good at Marvel Champions.
7 and 5.
However, the characters have a different feel when we play with the kids. Sometimes they just want to play a really cool card, and they pay 4 resources for it.
For War Machine.
Yeah, and you're like, great.
In the worst possible time.
It's not when we needed War Machine. Or we don't really need Lockjaw right now.
Yeah.
Let's not spend those 4 resources. But they just play what they want to play, and we move on, and we just have the most fun we can. All that to say is Christian and I got to play Groot and Gamora against the first villain of the campaign.
Yep, GG.
Drang. And we kicked some butt.
Yeah, we really did. Now, I will say that we're playing it on standard. We're not expert players. Expert scares me. So we're playing it on regular. Drang won. We dominated. Like, that first card, he was dead.
Drang 2?
Drang 2 was a little bit more of a fight.
Yes.
I ended the game as Gamora, I think, with 3 health.
Well, if you would have needed to, you could have healed
I would have had 6 after healing. But
you realized you could finish him off, so you just didn't heal.
Yep, exactly.
So I thought that was, like, I wouldn't say we, like, demolished Drang 1-2, but I would say we did it well, and it wasn't super dicey at any points.
No. And it was fun to play with the new characters and the new combos.
Yes. And Drang I think he's hard. Like, you're adding so much threat.
All those side schemes.
Each villain phase.
Oh, dear.
And we got stuck with that. Now I'm going to blank. Whatever that new keyword is that adds boost icons.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll think of it later at the most inopportune time.
Tonight, midnight.
Yep. And so we got caught with, like, some bad stuff that was piling up all at once, and I feel like we pulled through.
Yeah, we did good.
Congratulations,
it was
Christian.
good. I think I want to do the whole campaign, obviously, but I also want to play them more just like in the old campaign or up against some other villains that we struggle with and just see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if there's like a power, what is it called? Power spike that's happening with characters. It might be. I mean, I feel like the new ones are very strong.
So you mean they're getting too powerful?
Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. I just feel like it. Maybe it's because the amount of cards the card pool is getting larger.
Okay.
So you can optimize even more.
Sure.
So, I don't know.
That's an interesting thought.
Yeah, there's some words of, I don't know if it's wisdom, but
it's a thought provoker. All right, Christian.
It's words. So speaking of all these Guardians, I think we talked about last episode that Venom was announced for Marvel Champions, and he was a Guardian of the Galaxy at one point, which is really cool and news to me at the time. So that was cool. And since even I think a week ago, a trailer for the new Venom movie came out. So that's timing, right?
Wow, I haven't seen this. I'm surprised I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I usually would show it to you, but you probably wouldn't watch it.
I would watch it. Aw, he's painting me in a bad light.
So anyways, everything that's been announced right now, obviously we know, like, we have no idea what's next, which is kind of cool. I think they've said that Venom is the last person in the Guardians, arc of this game.
Okay, so we know all the Guardians. The whole Guardian lineup has been announced.
Yep, we are waiting on Drax, and we are waiting on Venom, which is still weird for me to say. I would have liked Mantis or someone, but whatever. Yeah, so what's next is, now there are, I think, pretty accurate spoilers out there. If you want to go look them up, you can definitely find them. But yeah, no one knows what's coming next and when. We would assume August, because what is it, May we got Star-Lord.
Right.
June we should get Drax, and then July we should get Venom if everything goes well. Okay. Assuming no shipping delays, right? And so in, what's after July? August?
August.
Just when the kids go back to school here in Arizona, we should be getting something new.
Yeah.
And it's cool to see what it might be, and maybe they'll throw a wrench in it and do something that we have no idea.
It's cool either way, because this game just keeps growing. In our opinion, there's just so much to discover and learn. And we know there's people at different levels of this game, but we feel like what's fun for us is we feel like there's no way to quite master it. Like, you're just going to keep learning new things and getting better and better. So,
yeah, and in other news, another fun thing that happened, or that I noticed this week, I guess, is that we are listed as a resource on a website other than ours, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome. What website?
Yeah, so we are listed as a resource, as a podcast that talks about this game on Hall of Heroes LCG.com, which is news to me, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I was just really surprised. I was looking there for some other information on, like, maybe some new decks for the new packs that we talked about. And I was just scrolling down, and it was just like, oh, we're listed as a new player under the new player guides. Our 101 episode, Marvel Champions 101 episode is listed there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then there is a spot of podcasts that we are also listed under that as occasionally talks about Marvel Champions.
Hey, we do.
Hey, if this keeps on going, we will exclusively talk about Marvel Champions. But we still play other games too. I apologize for that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah.
So it's cool. So like if you see that site, there's links to our podcast and all of our other episodes. So if you're new, check it out. That would be awesome.
Yes. And give us a review on our podcast. And on Apple Podcasts, I'm just always thinking about...
Yeah, let us know how we're doing, obviously, because we want to keep doing it and make sure they're doing things that everybody loves. So
yeah, love you guys for the support. Do you have any more Marvel Champions news that you want to share?
Well, I make all the Marvel Champions news, so yes.
Okay, well, what are you making? What are you brewing over there?
No, I was going to talk about a Marvel adjacent game.
Wow.
There's a giant Kickstarter that just ended a few weeks ago. Marvel United X-Men, which is pretty cool. We like that game, mostly for the kids. Honestly, like it's a fun game. It's not amazing for us.
We only have the
We only have the base original set.
Yep, the base original set.
Yeah, so this is all about X-Men. If you're into board games or probably Marvel in this game, you probably knew that this was going on. So we jumped in on that. I'm super excited to get them. All the stretch goals in this Kickstarter just was endless. It seemed like just so many characters and minis and cards and like, oh my goodness, it was wild. But it got me thinking, like, they've got to do X-Men in this game, right?
In Marvel Champions.
Yeah, they have to. It'd be like a natural step.
And there would be so much more to unpack. Like, all those X-Men characters, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you could, like, reset the whole game.
Oh, my goodness.
In a way, with, like, an X-Men... I think I've talked about this on other shows. Like an X-Men core box. So you get a brand new core box with 4 or 5 heroes, and then you just start the process over again.
Yeah.
Like with campaigns and crossovers and new packs and oh man, crazy.
He's rubbing his head, folks. It's busting his brain.
So that would be cool. Ange, do you have a favorite X-Men? Now, we have watched this a lot with our children, like the 90s show, the cartoon that everyone loves on Disney+. Mm-hmm. And you didn't watch that as a kid. I mean...
I did not.
I would assume most females that your age didn't watch it.
Maybe not. I did know about the X-Men as a young child, but not because of the show. It's because my dad...
Oh, yeah, that's unique.
Is a comic collector.
Yeah, real quick, how many comic books do you think he has?
I think the last time I heard an actual number, it was 75,000.
That's insane.
Yeah.
At their house, there is one room dedicated to comic books.
Yes.
Wall-to-wall comics.
Yes.
So many. Ugh.
And they're not all on the wall either.
No, that's true. What I like best about his collection, sidebar, is that they're all from like 1960.
No, before.
Yeah, to like, and then they stop at like 1992.
Right.
Like, there's nothing modern.
Well, there's a certain point where he stopped collecting for himself and basically only received them as gifts.
Oh, okay.
But yes, my dad started collecting, in his boyhood. And so I don't know if he has any original from the ones that he actually bought as a boy, but he has ones in his collection that were produced when he was a boy.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
He maybe remembers buying them at one point, but then had to repurchase them as an adult.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
For hundreds of dollars.
So I did know about the X-Men.
Okay.
And really, I think just because of my dad and the background there is my favorite character will always be Professor X.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, there you go.
He's not like maybe the most captivating in terms of action.
No, he kind of sits around.
Oh, well,
But
that's all he...
If he was in Marvel Champions, his base thwart better be 3.
Base thwart, yeah.
It better be 3, because that's what he's good at.
Yeah, he's not really an attacker.
He'll be the first champion to have a printed cost of 3 thwart, or scheme, whatever it is.
Yeah, 3 thwart. And, and he's got to be leadership, he's just got to...
Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Come
We're going to
in.
do a whole show on this. Let's erase our show notes and just dream
We're
dreams.
just going to speculate.
Let's dream dreams for an hour.
Okay, what did we actually come here to talk about?
Well, we came here to talk about more Marvel Champions, obviously. Last episode, we kind of walked you through aspects and what those are and how they change the LCG standard format for card games.
Yeah, and how you can switch it up.
Yeah, every hero you can pair with any aspect and you will have success. But yeah, we just wanted to then take it to the next step and just talk about those heroes. And we're not gonna do an exhaustive list of rank every single hero.
No.
I haven't played every single hero, and I think even in order to do that, I would have to play every single hero like 10 times.
Right.
And that is something I'm not gonna do.
Well, and even then you still, as the game evolves, there's more cards out there. So then the ability of heroes, even base heroes, like ones that came in the core set, can change because you've got new cards out there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to talk about some of our favorite heroes, maybe what we think and we feel are good beginner heroes, some of our least favorites, and maybe
Yes.
some that we just don't have figured out quite yet.
All right, guys, we are hoping to break down some heroes and our thoughts on them, and we're going to start with one suggestion from each of us about a good beginner hero. And what we mean by that is a hero that we think is good for someone new to Marvel Champions, or maybe that we enjoyed when this game was new to us. It doesn't require a lot of overthinking, overanalyzing, or tinkering. And what would you say your best beginner hero is?
When we were talking about what these categories would be, and you said beginner hero, I had one in my mind right away.
Okay.
And then just when you said that last sentence, I was like, oh, maybe this one's the one I should talk about.
Did I inspire something new?
I don't know. So I'm going to kind of just say,
Well, you got to go with the new one now.
No, I'm just going to say, I think everyone's trusty old Captain America.
Okay.
He's a great hero. He's 222 down the board. He could do this all day. That's his special. Where
that is a special.
you just keep an extra card to discard each phase, I think, and you can stand Captain America all the time. You can use it to block. You can use it for an extra attack, a thwart attack, block. All this stuff that you can do with him. I would say, naturally, I think my favorite aspect altogether is Justice. I have a lot of fun playing that. But Cap and Protection go really good together.
How do you feel about this thing I'm about to say? I think Cap you can experience success with him as a beginner with all the aspects.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
What do you think about that?
I think that is probably true. I think that's why he's a good
Beginner.
beginner aspect. His pack comes with leadership. I think he's okay at leadership. The pre-built deck is a good place to get started, but there's a lot more you can do if you have more cards, obviously. So, yeah I think my first beginner hero that I would suggest checking out, especially if you're looking to go beyond the core. I would say Captain America. And I'll just say really quick, the one I was thinking of earlier was Spider-Man. I think he's a good one to start with, especially if you only have the core box. I think you'll have a lot of success because of that 3 defense that he comes with.
Sure.
And there's lots of fun cards like Webbed Up
Webbed
and
Up is good.
Swinging Web Kick. Those are like highlights when you play those cards. So those are mine. Mainly Captain America with a little asterisk. Spider-Man. How about you for like a beginner hero?
Well, I got to stick with what my personal beginner journey was, and that's She-Hulk.
Yep.
I don't think she pairs as well with every aspect. That's just my opinion. But I loved playing her. I still do. But especially when we were just new to this game. There's something real satisfying about just dealing 2 damage every time you flip to She-Hulk.
That is really my favorite part about her. It's just free damage, free damage, free damage.
Yeah, and talk about female power. I think she severely outshines the Hulk.
Oh yeah,
and that's just my 2 cents about Hulk and Marvel Champions.
There you go.
I had really high hopes for Hulk,
Yeah.
so there was an unrealistic standard that he didn't meet. But yeah, She-Hulk, and I feel like there's just so much thematic value in her Gamma Slam, and so you at times like purposely take hits. Like purposely take that damage so that your Gamma Slam can be more powerful.
Yeah, 10 plus damage on a Gamma Slam is always
Yes.
not French kiss, but
The kiss of death. That's what it is.
The fingers to the lips. Mwah.
Yes. Yeah. So I think she has, and she's got some thwarting ability as well. Cards in there that can help make that possible if you're playing her solo. Because if you're solo, you're going to need to attack and thwart all by yourself. So, yes, I really enjoy She-Hulk. I think that she pairs well with aggression for a beginner.
Okay, yeah. What do you say to the people out there who I've seen multiple lists of people who rank heroes, and she's one of like the lower ones?
Okay, well, I say
nay. She loves it when I just throw these questions out there without any preparation. So,
well, okay. I think my first reaction is, sure, I guess you could say that about a lot of different heroes, though.
Yeah, I suppose.
So I feel like that's a little unfair, but that's fine. I mean, we're definitely going to hit on our current least favorites. So, in the spirit of fairness, if She-Hulk is one of your current least favorites or some person's list and she's the least favorite, that's fair.
It was Gary from the internet.
Well,
so.
I'm going to get you, Gary. No, I don't know. So but the category we're talking about is beginner. And I think she's good for a beginner.
She's very straightforward, The card, there's not a lot of like fancy gimmicks with the cards that she has.
No, and she just punches.
Yeah.
That's what she does. Yep. So like you just aggression the crap out of people and you don't have to overanalyze a whole lot about what cards to play when, and there's just not a whole lot of that.
The goal is to punch and to punch a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
But if you're not a beginner and you're going into the next steps of Marvel Champions, we've got some heroes that might intrigue you.
Yeah, what in this next category we've labeled next steps? Like, what would you say is what constitutes a next step hero?
Okay,
to you?
Well, maybe a few different things. Like maybe it's a hero that shines in certain situations or has a few tricks up their sleeve or requires a certain way to play them to show off how good they are. So someone that's not maybe as straightforward, who you have to analyze a little bit. Maybe you're going to be looking for very specific cards and perhaps in a very specific time during the game or in the right order.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be different depending on who you choose.
Sure. Well, why don't you just tell us then for what is your first, not first, I guess we only have one each, but what's the next step hero that you think is a good one to take a deeper look at?
Well, one of the first ones that comes to mind for me is Thor.
Okay.
Because he's going to shine against minions. And he was my first experience at like feeling like I unlocked a character on a deeper level.
Why did it have to be him?
So it was like realizing that certain cards just really allowed him to shine, and that if they were played early enough, and now we are usually like playing multiplayer. Christian, have you ever played this game solo?
I think I tried once, and I forgot about 6 steps in the villain phase, and I don't know. I don't play solo well.
Yeah. So, and I will play solo, but it usually we're multiplayer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Am I boring you?
Yeah, so bored. We play pretty much exclusively two-player.
Yes.
And we're both playing just a single character. Now, we have played more. I think we've done 3 a couple times. I don't think we've ever done 4. Well, with the kids, we've done 4.
Right.
And I just feel like, in our experience, 2 is the perfect number for this game.
So I brought that up just to give you reference for how I'm talking about Thor. I'm talking about him as a multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
Not that he can't be great solo, but that's the framework with which I like say everything. So just discovering certain cards like the aggressive heroes has been really key for me if I can get that out early with Thor. Using the team building exercise as another support that's a neutral support.
What does that one do?
It allows you to reduce the cost of something that has the same keyword. Yep, I like that. Depending on what villain I'm playing and how early I draw it, I've found a lot of use for Asgard, which improves his hand size because as a hero, Thor only draws 4 cards, and that's really restricting. Yeah, and just figuring out like the flip, like when to flip him, like if I'm going to use his alter ego action, which is to find Mjolnir.
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 How do you pronounce that correctly?
Here we go. Ready?
Greg.
Mjolnir. So if I'm going to find that as my alter ego action, maybe I spend Mjolnir as a resource from my hand.
Ooh.
And then flip to alter ego to go get it back. So there's a lot of like fun little surprises that
once you figure out, it really makes Hulk shine.
Well, not Hulk.
Not Hulk. Thor. The other 4-letter word.
The mightiest Avenger.
The strongest.
I'm sorry. All right, what's yours?
I would say, as a next step hero, maybe the one that comes to mind for me is our newest one, Gamora. I've only played her a handful of times. I'm not a pro. But there are a couple of things that I really enjoy about her. She's green.
Okay.
So that helps.
All right, so nothing about her abilities.
She has a sword. One of the most unique things about her is that she can add 6 thwart or attack action cards from any color to your deck as a part of the deck building process. So that just gives you so many more options to have some cool stuff. The deck that I usually run is, Justice, because that's what I enjoy doing the most. And I added 6 aggression attack events.
Yeah.
One of them was one time I played was just boring old uppercut, whatever. And then the other one was a new one called Clobber, which was really cool. But there's attack events that are green. There's blue. I think there's some blue attack events. None of them come to mind, but there's just so many more opportunities to like create a unique deck with her, especially going forward as more and more cards get released. That only is going to get better, right? Because she can add anything.
Yeah.
As long as it's an event. So that's really cool. And then another thing that is unique about her is that she doesn't really have, like, there's really no ramp up for her. If you have the event, you play it, and 9 times out of 10, you hit hard. Like, you're hitting for 5 each turn if you have the right cards in your hand. You don't have to worry about, oh, do I have my helmet? Like, Captain Marvel, do I have my sword? She has a sword, but all those things do bonuses to help you out, but you're still going to have a ton of success just playing without any of those like upgrades or supports.
Right.
She's all about events, and like triggering the right ones in the right order is really fun puzzle to solve.
Yeah, I feel like when you were playing her and I was Groot, the thing that I loved watching was when you stacked up, it's like you're stacking up all the dominoes, and then when they would all start falling. Like, oh, you just played an attack event, and we resolved the attack event, which, I don't know, hit for 3, let's say. And then your card says you can also remove a threat. And then and then you have another upgrade that allows you to do an additional damage when you play an attack event. And then, oh, guess what? You have a card in your hand that says if you played an attack event already this round, or you know,
get
like,
to take it back in your hand. And...
So there's all this stacking that starts happening with Gamora, which is fun to watch, and I'm sure fun to play, but I have not played her yet.
Nope. It's a fun like order of operations thing to figure out. So my next step hero is Gamora. I would suggest picking her up. I mean, even with the basic pre-built deck, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Yes. And you'll probably hit, like, I can only imagine playing her against Rhino. You'd probably just destroy it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can I give an honorable mention?
I did. I said Spider-Man in my beginner one. So
yeah. Okay. Well, as we were talking, I really just want to mention Black Widow for this category.
Oh yeah.
It's funny because maybe this is just my impression, but when we first looked at her card, she is a 2/2/2, right?
I think so.
But she just struck me as like, maybe it's because of the 9 health start, starting at 9 health. She just struck me as a little bit weaker, like, oh, we've got a weaker hero here. Mm-hmm. Maybe because I was used to starting off with She-Hulk.
What does she have, 15 or something crazy?
Right. So 9 health didn't seem like very much to start out with.
No.
And I think unlocking how to play her with the preparation cards, and if you can get that synth suit out, what you're doing, if you have preps lined up, like your Widow's Bite and your Widow's Gauntlet and your Grappling Hook, and then you've got your synth suit out, there's probably very few instances where you won't be able to defend and then stand again during the villain phase while being able to modify boosts and cancel treachery cards and hit minions as they come out. And she's really fun to play. I have run into a couple snags with her playing solo because I'm used to using her very particularly for thwarting in a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like, just like, boom, I'll take care of the thwart.
Yep.
You do the aggro. So when she's the only hero out there, I haven't like quite mastered, okay, now I have to do the hitting too. I have to do the thwarting and the hitting.
Yeah.
But there's probably someone out there that has unlocked that. But there's a cool way to play her preps with Agent Coulson as well. So, yeah, I really enjoy Black Widow Justice. She's my honorable mention.
That's cool. I actually thought that you were going to choose her for your number 1 next step. And that the honorable mention would be Thor.
Well, I think if I think about like the coolness factor, she would definitely be the first mention. But I think I just mentioned Thor first because he was the first one where I felt like I unlocked a next level of
Yeah.
a character.
You passed the class.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Yeah. Thor, Black Widow, and the newest, Gamora. Now, I will say I've never played Star-Lord. I have not yet. Getting 2 of them in 1 week is just... You're not going to play them all. It's cool to open.
Well, you know what I discovered? I've played Star-Lord, but I have not played with you. I've played with the kids.
Okay.
And here's the tough thing about that. I'm sure Star-Lord is great, so people, don't add us. Okay? Listen to what I'm about to say. I was playing with a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old who don't know how to play. The right cards win, and that's fine. They just enjoy it. But I was Star-Lord, and my daughter decides to be Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Don't play those two together.
And yeah, so if you... They both require extra not encounter cards, but just drawing from the villain deck.
Yeah.
And in 3 turns, if you're playing Claw, you gotta give him an acceleration token like that.
Yeah, I think we were just plowing through the villain deck, and I was like, this is not fun.
So there's a beginner tip. Star-Lord, Scarlet Witch, probably not the best pairs.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a crazy hard time, maybe you want to do it, but
yeah,
at least in our experience, no.
Okay.
So there we go. Let's just jump into something a little bit more fun then. Let's talk about our current favorites and
heroes
and least favorite heroes. So why don't you start with, as of right now, your current favorite hero, and maybe obviously why, but like what aspect you pair them with, and etc. etc.
Well, I mean, I feel like the first place I'm going is towards the Guardians because we just got them, and so usually that's, you know, what we're steeped in.
Sure.
Is so I think I'm enjoying right now. My current fave is Groot because my least favorite aspect is protection, and I think that he makes protection shine.
Yeah.
So it's making me appreciate protection as an aspect, which some people have already unlocked the aspect of protection and how to play it and how to play it well. I'm not one of those. So the fact that Groot is teaching me how to do this has made him maybe my current favorite.
That's cool. I didn't see that one coming.
What about you?
I would say my current favorite is my all-time favorite. And there's a special place in my heart for Ant-Man.
Oh, yes.
Yep, he's so small. And then
and then giant.
And then he's so big.
I know.
For whatever reason, we got Ant-Man, and I found a deck online, Justice. And I don't know. I have a lot of fun playing Ant-Man, flipping and ants and flipping again to be bigger and stomping and then flipping again. And like there's just, I don't know. I just have a lot of fun playing Ant-Man.
Yeah.
A lot of success too. We did a whole campaign, Rise of Red Skull campaign with Ant-Man, and I think you were Doctor Strange.
Yes, Ant-Man.
And those
and
two
Dr.
together
Strange.
are incredibly strong.
Yes.
And we just kind of destroyed everybody in that. So that was really fun, and I will continue to have fun with Ant-Man. So if you're looking for what I would think is a very fun hero to play, there's a lot of moving parts. Check out Ant-Man for sure.
Boom. Okay. Well, we don't want to we want to be clear. We love Marvel Champions and the game changes so much. So with that being said, our current least favorites.
Okay.
Okay.
My least favorite is my least favorite because I just don't have fun playing this hero.
Okay.
I think it's boring.
Have you ever had fun playing this hero?
Maybe the very first time because it was new.
Okay.
But mine is Black Panther.
Oh.
From way back at the beginning in the core set. I don't get the Wakanda Forever stuff. I understand how to set it up, but I feel like it's a lot to set up for like what amounts to 4 damage or something like that. And just doing it in the right order, and you get a bonus if it's last. or that's how it works, right?
Yeah, you need to have all those upgrades out.
Yeah, and then if it's the very last one in the chain, you get 2 thwart instead of 1. It's like, oh, really? Thank you for that extra one. When I could have played a different card and gotten 3 threat. I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. He's got some cool things happening. He's got a built-in retaliate. That's cool.
Yeah.
Super helpful. I played him protection way early on. I had success. I didn't have fun. But I had success. So,
right.
Guys, tell me how to play Black Panther and make him fun. So that's my least favorite. And the reason is I think he's boring.
So he's not my least favorite, but I will say, as you mentioned him, and I don't think I'm wrong, but I'm not holding the card in front of me. You know what I don't like is that on his alter ego side, there is no bonus. There's no action. It's just a setup action.
That's true.
I really don't like that. It's like all he can do as an alter ego is heal. That's it.
Yeah, there's no incentive other than to heal.
Give me something else.
Yeah, help me get. Look, let me get a Wakanda Forever card from my discard pile and shuffle it into my deck.
Yeah,
like, that's all you can use those cards. Like you can trigger your weapons with Wakanda Forever. Mm-hmm. And there's only 3 of them, 4 of them, and you got to go through your deck to get them back. And blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I don't feel quite that way about him. But he didn't make my current favorite either, so.
That's true.
All right. Well, my current least favorite, I've already mentioned once this episode, and that's Hulk.
Oh, yeah.
I went into Marvel Champions, like, the very beginning, like, on pins and needles for Hulk to come out.
Really?
And when you were like, hey, he's not in the core set, and you mentioned why, like, well, not that we know why, but we have a speculation about, the fact that you bring in some lesser known heroes like She-Hulk in the core, and then you make the big heroes like Captain and Hulk like expansions.
Oh, for sure.
So that people are still buying the game, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, when Hulk comes out, I've loved Hulk from a very young age. I remember watching the show with my dad.
Oh man.
So yeah,
we were probably thinking like, oh, he's gonna have 5 attack. He's gonna have 70 defense because nothing can kill the Hulk.
Right, and you know what? I don't enjoy playing him. I just don't get it. There's no like huge thematic moment for me with Hulk. His health is really high to start out with, so cool. That's cool. He discards his entire hero hand of 4, but then he has these cards that cost 3, and I don't know. I just feel like he's not doing much whenever we've played him.
Yeah, Hulk, like, thematically is wild, right? Like, he's just hitting stuff and breaking things, and you can't control what he does.
Yeah.
And in this one, it's just like, well, Hulk, just please play 1 card, because that's all you can afford.
That's all you can get.
And it doesn't give that wild, out of control feeling.
Yes. And of course, we've speculated about what Hulk should be able to do. Like that, maybe his attacks should be, not all of them, but like there should be cards that are more chaotic, like it damages everyone.
Yeah, or
like, oops, even the heroes get damaged.
Yeah, deal 5 damage to yourself to deal 8 to an enemy. Or
right.
Like just, he's got so much health, you might as well use it.
And what we have heard about Drax, coming out with the kind of like the ability to get stronger as he gets hit. We're just sitting here thinking, why wasn't that Hulk?
Exactly, yeah. He's Space Hulk.
Right. Drax is Space Hulk. So I'm not a fan of Hulk, and it's super disappointing for me because I really want to be a fan of Hulk.
I wonder if in the future they would like revisit some heroes. Like
maybe.
I don't think they need to. I think they made a Hulk. I think if they did it, they'd probably get some heat for it.
Sure.
But it'd be interesting to say like, yeah, we messed up, and here's Crazy Hulk. Like, or Maestro. Just make Maestro cool. He's
there
kind of
you go.
hulky.
There you go.
He's future Hulk. So yeah, if you play Hulk and you have success, let us know.
Yeah.
Tell Angela why you need to play Hulk.
Yes.
And how to play Hulk would be great.
Yes. Okay, so our last thing we wanted to talk about with heroes is heroes that we're still, like, both of us are still hoping to figure out. Like, we feel like it's not a bad hero, like, it's not a least favorite, but it's also not a current favorite because we haven't quite figured out how to play that hero to its potential.
Yeah.
So what's your hero that you're most hoping to figure out?
Mine is Mr. Speedster, Quicksilver.
Ooh.
I think he has so much cool things that he can do. He can attack, and then he can't. And then he can attack again, and then it's like, oop, I can attack again. Like, you can stand that character so many times. I just don't know what to pair him with. Like, I've tried a bunch of decks on the website, Marvel CDB, and I just haven't had success with them, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the aspects that he, quote, is better with, just don't jive with me. I don't know what it is. I know there's something out there to make him fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have fun playing with him because it's like you're standing so often, and it's just like, okay, I guess I'm doing it again. I don't know if I should. Like, I can't unlock that. So I need Quicksilver lessons.
Okay. And just so all the listeners can hear this, as a viewer of you playing Quicksilver, I feel like you play him very well. But you feel internally that you need to learn more?
I think so.
Okay.
We started a campaign with, like, the brother and sister.
Have you forgotten their names?
Yep, the brother and sister. In the original, the new campaign, not the
Rise of
Galaxy's
Red
most,
Skull.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's too many words. And we played the first scenario and we won. I don't think we won handily, but we won, and we had success. But I don't know if I was just like, yes, I got it. Quicksilver is the bomb. It's just like, okay, yeah, I kind of did it.
Okay, yeah, I get that feeling.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad it looks good. I don't feel like I know what I'm doing at all.
You look good when you're playing Quicksilver.
It's like life. It's like I may look like I know what I'm doing, but you know what, guys? No clue.
Just go confidently.
Yep.
Yes.
How about you? What's one that you need some lessons on?
Okay, well, you're going to laugh.
Is it Quicksilver?
No.
Okay, good.
Well, I probably do need lessons on Quicksilver. But the one that I was thinking of at the start of this, like with our show notes, you have already mentioned.
Oh, cool. Who?
I was going to say Black Panther.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As my least favorite?
Well, for me, I am hoping to figure him out more and more. I recently played him quite a few times in a row solo as part of the Discord solo league.
Oh, yeah.
And I played him protection against Kang. I just felt like every time I was getting closer and closer to, like, unlocking him.
Okay.
I still don't like what I just mentioned, that his alter ego side gives me nothing.
It gives you one card at the beginning, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the game, being a king does nothing. I mean, come on. So I don't like that. So I have a bone to pick about that. But I do find a little satisfaction in, like, trying to set up the stage. Kind of that idea that I talked about with Black Widow, but in a different way. Like, trying to set up the cards I need and then watching them all tick off.
Mm-hmm. Watch the dominoes fall.
I haven't quite unlocked it. I'm hoping to figure it out.
Okay.
More and more.
Yeah. I think that's a good one. I don't mind when someone else plays Black Panther.
That's true. You're not.
I just don't like playing him.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you 3 cards that he has. Like, I don't know what they're called. I know Shuri's in there. That's it. And Vibranium.
Well, it's a resource card. Yeah.
I know it is. So there you have it. There's our hoping to figure out. I don't know what to call these 2 heroes. Like.
Yeah, we're hoping
what we want more out of.
Unlock the mystery.
Yeah, so is there one that that you guys are confused on or are looking to dig into next? Definitely let us know.
Yeah.
And let's just take a quick break, gather our thoughts, and then
Okay.
we'll wrap up the show.
Sounds good, Chris. This episode is sponsored by Showit. Are you stuck in a boring website template? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Experience the true creative freedom with the drag and drop simplicity of a Showit website. Our website, marriedandbored.com, is a Showit website, and we love how simple it is to create. Get started for free at showit.co. You won't be disappointed.
Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in to one of our Marvel Champions episodes. Angela, any last words before we kind of peace out?
Yeah, we've really enjoyed talking heroes, or I have. Have you, Christian?
Yeah, it's been all right.
All right. And there's so much more to unpack with just heroes, and also in this game with the villains and the campaigns and the all the cards. So we just gonna keep coming back for
Yeah.
more Marvel Champions episodes.
Yeah, let's do a quick update. I just thought of.
Ooh.
Did we talk about our tokens? We talked about ordering
Yes.
them, right?
No, we talked about getting them, I think.
Okay. Well, they're
Yeah.
still awesome.
They are still
So I just
awesome.
wanted to mention that again. They're really nice, and they really bring a lot of color and vibrancy
Yes.
to playing the game. So
Yes.
yeah, like Angela said, we enjoy talking about this game. Why don't you guys reach out to us at Married and Bored on Instagram and at Married Bored on Twitter. Yeah, it's confusing. I'm trying to get the other one. And we're also trying to grow our Twitter followers. So if you follow us, please, or if you don't follow us, please do.
Yeah.
Let us know, like, what some of your favorite heroes are. Is there one that you're trying to figure out and looking to dive in more? We'd love to just kind of chat with you about that. So I think that'll do it, Ange. Until next time,
Stay
healthy.
healthy. Be a champion.
There you go.
There we go.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Married and Bored podcast. And guess what? We have a website where you can listen to podcast episodes and so much more. Find us at marriedandbored.com, or you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com, or follow us on Instagram at marriedandbored. Music in this episode is by Joseph McDade. See you next time.